Welcome to this tips and tricks video for the ibidi microsite spheroid perfusion. To remove the protective foil from the slide, it can help to lift the edge of the foil carefully with a scalpel. Use a pair of tweezers to remove the foil. Next, remove the protective foil from the provided cover slip. Center the cover slip on the sticky tape and press it down. If you see any light spots in the area of the cover slip, these are trapped air bubbles. Press the cover slip down again until the slide is tightly sealed. If your cover slip is also not perfectly aligned, you can carefully cut off the excess with a scalpel. Once you are sure the cover slip is tightly sealed, move to the next step by injecting 60 microliters of cell-free medium into each channel. Tilt the slide and press the pipette tip tightly into the small inlet. Inject the medium slowly and overfill the channel slightly before removing the pipette tip from the inlet. Otherwise, you risk pulling an air bubble into the channel end opposite the injection inlet. Repeat this step to fill out all 3 channels and close the slide with the lid. We have trapped several air bubbles at the bottom of the small wells. There is no need to worry about these bubbles. They have formed due to the unique geometry of the channel that allows you to trap a spheroid in the bottom wells. However, we need to remove these air bubbles so there is enough room for the spheroid's growth. Place the slide in an incubator for 2 hours. The higher temperature will cause trapped air bubbles to expand and rise to the surface, making it easier to remove them. To remove air bubbles, flush the channel multiple times with excess of cell-free medium, approximately 60 microliters. Initially, we did not tilt the slide before injecting surplus medium via the inlet. This dislodges some air bubbles, but not all of them. Next, we will tilt the slide, which makes it easier to remove air bubbles since the air rises to the top. To dislodge persistent bubbles, try moving your pipette up and down, wiggling the air bubble free so it can be flushed out. Make sure not to empty the pipette during this step, as this could accidentally inject or suck air into the channel. If you find that you cannot remove a newly introduced air bubble, please repeat the incubation step or try flicking the slide to dislodge it. We have now successfully removed all air bubbles trapped in the bottom wells. If any tiny air bubbles remain at the top or edge of the wells, this is not a problem. They will not interfere with the spheroid formation. Next, we will seed cells for spheroid formation. Make sure you resuspend the cell suspension thoroughly. Press the tip into the inlet, then slowly inject 45 microliters of cell suspension, making sure not to introduce any air bubbles. Remove excess cell suspension from the opposite reservoir. Repeat this step to ensure an even distribution of cells. Otherwise, the spheroids in the wells close to the injection inlet will be larger, since you will have a higher cell number there. Repeat this step for all 3 channels. Now, close the lid and incubate the slide for 1 hour. Allowing the cells to sink down into the wells. Afterward, fill the reservoirs with 60 microliters medium, close again and incubate for spheroid formation. If you do not connect the microsite spheroid perfusion to a perfusion setup, you need to exchange the medium regularly. For medium exchange, carefully aspirate the medium from both reservoirs. Place your pipette tip away from the small inlet so you do not accidentally suck air into the channel. Fill the reservoir on one side with 80 microliters medium, making sure not to trap an air bubble at the bottom. Firmly press the pipette tip into the inlet on the opposite side and slowly aspirate the medium. Make sure that the channel never runs dry during the exchange process. Fill both reservoirs with 60 microliters fresh medium and repeat the step for the remaining channels.